We brought it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. I really do, man. You know. From there, he called me, and he said, "Yo, I always wanted a Pro MT, but I got lucky. This is his personal Pro MT that." I mean, you tell him, man. I'm excited about this one.
This one, it was for a build competition that we did, and I bought myself a kit and bought all the electronics. I have two of these. I have the MT, and then this is the short course, the Fusion short course.
Oh, so this is not the MT then?
It's basically an MT. It's just a longer wheelbase.
Got you.
So I built this how I would want it, and then I never even drove it. I pretty much just handed it to him straight off the bat because I was getting too many cars in the collection, and I gave it to someone who would really enjoy it. So, and he's got it now. And what do you think of that?
It's an animal. It's an animal.
Yeah.
If you saw us on other videos, he was drag racing with our Mojave, and this thing was hanging, and we shorted it because you run it on what we were running it on.
We were running on a 3S. The Mojave was on 6S.
Yeah. But if he was on 4, he would have kept up because this thing on 4 is a freaking monster. It does the dragging of the back of the tail light areas like a Harley. Ugh.
And it's not just a 10 scale system in it. That has a Hobby Wing 8 scale system, and it's got an XR8 Plus huge ESC. I think that thing's capable up to 6S, and it has a 2650 8 scale can motor in it. I mean, the thing with a 4S is a little nutty. I don't even think you can hit full throttle.
It's too much.
Yeah, you physically can't hit full throttle, pick up the front end.
This is like more uncontrollable than I can control a UDR on 6S. This is an animal on 4. On 4.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine this on 6. You know, this is one hell of, and the axles have been holding up pretty good. The diffs, I mean, this thing is freaking tough. I let my son drive this. He's 5. He has no care in the world, and he can't blow this thing up. So this is an amazing build right here. I appreciate it. I mean, there's so many goodies in here. I can't even show you because he promised. He said, "Don't show nobody what's in this thing." But this thing is no joke, dude. Now the Herbie, this is a special story right here. So I pulled up on my boy at his house, right, and he was working on this, and I wanted in on it. But he was really still having a great time building this thing.
Yeah.
Then I pulled up another while back. He got frustrated. I saw my moment. I relieved him of it.
That's actually like the most true shortened story you could put for this thing.
I caught him at that moment where he was like, "Ah," and I said, "Thank you." That's exactly how it went, right?
Yeah, and when I had it, this body was still clear. There was no theme behind it. I just had a bug body on it. Now, mind you, with drag cars, I don't know if you guys can see from the camera angle, this thing is the monster truck body for, I think, a Stampede that I've made work for this drag car. And
yes, this is very rare.
This car is the narrowest you will probably ever see for anyone trying to compete out there with a drag car. I had to make the front and rear A-arms. I mean, they're literally like an inch and a half, maybe an inch and a quarter long.
Cringe every time I crash because it's custom. All right? It's custom. But this thing is, tell him, man, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, there's no drag bug body in the market. There's nothing. Not that I know of, at least with Proline and a couple of competitors.
Make one, man.
I hope so. But so I really wanted to see a drag bug, and so I found the body and just built the chassis to work with it. It's a Pro 2 Pro 2 Proline chassis. Holy cow! And it's got that new Proline transmission in it, the HD one. So if you guys don't have that already for your slash builds, get it. It is bulletproof. I've ran it with a 4S. You cannot break that transmission unless you're really trying. So all you drag car guys out there with slashes, that's the way to go. But other than that, it's just, I made custom arms for it. The actual chassis is pretty much stock. Transmission, everything else, I just had to cut down the drive shafts on each side and re-weld them and shorten them so I can make them with the arms.
But those are drive shafts, dude. They actually still are straight.
Yeah.
The other some Puerto Rican stuff that, jeez, Cuba, huh?
To handle the power, not that there's anything wrong with what's currently on the market, but this is actually an 8 scale hub in the back with a 17 millimeter hex. This isn't your standard 12 millimeter hex you see on the stock DR10. These are fat hexes on the back of this thing. It's meant to just throw as much power at it as you want. But because it's so narrow, it comes with, there's a squirrely factor if you get it out of shape really quick. But so far, what we've done is we're still tuning with it. He's done a really good job of taking it further than I did. I got a little frustrated with it a little quick.
How about this? This is where the story. Look, this is it, like this. This is how I took it from him, like this, right? I went and saw RC Patina, who we met through JJ Customs, and we had a great conversation. And he did the Herbie the Love Bug paint job on this thing, and he killed it, man. Shout out to my boy RC Patina. He really rocked this. After that, I brought it right back to him, and the same energy he had when he started this build came right back. I mean, we've moved things around, changed them. I told him we were gonna go crazy, but I want to keep this for the 13.5 class. So we run because we're allowed to run this. I didn't think we would, but we have no carbon fiber. This is a solid Proline chassis right here. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to cut no weight because, like he said, eventually we'd probably want to take it to the next level. But we're gonna run the DR10 electronics, and my man has been like, when it comes to our drag racing, we can't spill too much beans on too much stuff, but gearing is essential.
Yes, we've actually. I'll say this because JJ Customs is selling a kit that we put together with the DR10. We have a timing system with a couple other buddies up here, and we've been doing some adequate testing with a stock DR10. See how fast we can get one in the scale quarter mile, and so far we've gotten 45 miles an hour. Which is a lot good because I think stock they hit about 27 on a 2S, so 44, 45 miles an hour is what you're getting. We push the car upwards into the 50s, but you won't get that speed within a scale quarter mile. So the stock system's actually pretty consistent. And when you gear it up like that, it doesn't really have too much oomph to really break the tires loose. So we found that it's really consistent point A to point B because the motor's got to catch up essentially, so it's a really good, consistent system, and if you're on a budget, throw some gears at it. I won't say what the gear ratio is, but if you call JJ's Customs, he's got them for sale. Ask for the Speed Bump Edition, so...
Woo!
Yeah.
When it comes to JJ Customs, the best way to get in contact with him is... we are terrible. This is the only language...
You're catching it from me.
The best way to get in contact with JJ Customs is on Instagram. You can hit him in his DM, and he will get right back to you guys. That's for shipping, buying, product information, apparel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see the hats and the shirts and stuff. Someone's wearing some JJ Customs here.
Yeah.
But JJ Customs has everything you need, and these guys working all together. These are these men's products right here. I'm telling you, like, if you don't see, I got RC cars, but my favorite part of my collection, you'll never see me hand these out to nobody, is like my friends that build some amazing products. Like, you don't understand, this is a one-off that has a lot of history, and this is a one-off we're about to start making new history with us two, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you bringing all this talent to the RC community, bro.
Well, I don't know if I found the talent in it yet, but I do enjoy the hell out of building them. Now making them run, these two are good. We're still working on this one. This one's good though. It's a lot better than when I left it. So.
Respectfully, it's already won. It went to a Grunge Mountain Delta, and it won its first race, lost its second race, but it was hanging with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? If
I can't add my favorite story about that part is people saw the motor in it, and they were like, "Oh no!" And then they saw how narrow it was, and everyone wrote it off.
Yeah, they laughed at it.
Like, I had no idea about Herbie until he told me the idea, and I was like, I didn't know where to go. It was just a clear body. That my favorite paint job ever to this day, right here. Out of all my race bodies, everything, this is my favorite.
No, Eric he captured it. Eric did an amazing job. Everywhere I go, people. Shout out to RC Patina. You can catch him on Instagram and Facebook as well. He does amazing work. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, as soon as you saw it, and that's what I want to do. Like, I took it from him to bring it back to keep the energy going. We bounce off each other a lot. And as soon as he saw this, he was like, I'm back on it. And now it's out running on the track. That's a better way to put it.
People were laughing at it, and they want to cheer for it because it's Herbie. Who doesn't love Herbie?
Yeah.
And it actually won its first race, and people were doubting it, which made me like, okay, that right there, I'm stoked with that.
We're on to something.
Yeah.
We're on to something. And like you said, like, I want to do this 13 class, and just because the DR10 electronics, a lot of people just toss them as soon as they get it, because just automatically like, this is, dude, like he said, you don't understand. There's a group of guys here in the Bay Area who took their time to make this thing scoot.
Yeah.
Like, scoot.
Oh, yeah. And
how long were you on the electronics before you finally just gave it up?
longer than I wanted to be, because you know it's our nature. We want to go as fast as possible, and I knew they weren't going to keep up with these guys pushing 60 plus in the scale quarter mile. But we did our due diligence to the people who might not be able to afford a new ESC motor yet, or who want to run the stock equipment but push it as far as they can go. We did our due diligence to do that testing. So, I mean, I went through 4 sets of tires, just testing, just over and over again with stock system. And mind you, this thing's not lighting the tires up ecstatically like some, 4.5 turn motor with a big ESC. I burned tires with my stock setup, and we found a pretty good system. So,
He did.
yeah.
You know what? It's so good that, you know what? I'm gonna bring him back to the table soon with his drag car.
All right.
But check this out. He just gave me these. All right. And on the next episode, I'm gonna show you what these are, and we're gonna take them out on the lake. Stay tuned.